made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Act slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Grip.
Watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all in the wrist, I never switch.
Not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious.
And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Carolina Panthers. This will be taken in at the 1. take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
That's it. Ready? Mike 54. Focus, defense, focus.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's McCaffrey. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Throwing is Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Even at the age of 30, Cam says it's just a number. Still a real threat running the football. We all know about the touchdowns, but ran for 488 yards last season. That was 4th among all NFL quarterbacks. He can still tote the mail.
Check 24. Watch 24. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. 8. 8.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Being chased out left. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Now Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Geronimo Allison, 75 yards. yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Yellow lady. 59. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Ready, set.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Breeze. That's complete into the hands of Carson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Ready? You ready?
On first down, Carson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Ready? Yellow lady. What we got? What we got? What we got?
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Breeze. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs. They covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
On 1st and 10, Newton. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kyler Fackrell able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
After the sack here, 2nd and 11.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Motion.
7-7, our score after 1. 2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield, because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Watch twist. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Express. Motion. Reset.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. And this one is right down Broadway. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
At their own 21-yard line.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Ready?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D.
Breeze now to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Breeze to throw. Left side caught by Diggs. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. It's complete to Diggs. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Let's get it.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Now he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. And the Panthers coming out now. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. McCaffrey. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's make these babies. 6 guys.
Now it's Newton. Forced out to his left. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Gun.
To throw again. Newton under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Newton. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 33. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Nine seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. To throw is Breeze. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A final shot before half for Breeze. Open man is born. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready, 5-8, 5-8. Check, 59. I'm going to run you over. He's coming.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, watch the slant. Out. Kill. Check, 59. Hey, here we go.
On second down now, it's Carson, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards. There and a first down.
A gain of 7. And the Rams first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Strip that ball.
Now Breeze. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
58 right there. Come on, D. 58's the money. 58's the money. 9.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. Oh, the spin. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Check 24. Tighten up.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
I'm going back to you.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Oh, boy.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A shotgun snap for Newton. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash here. Should be an easy one. Hauschka's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready. Yellow 80. 59.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for L.A. 47 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Carson, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Ready. 95, 56.
Mark is 59. Mark is 59.
Over.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Eluding the pressure right.
Let's go. No game on this defense. No game.
A first throw for the backup Griffin. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. To throw is RG3. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Justin Houston able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him.
A 36-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend, and that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
You're not ready. You're not ready. Eddie! 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
On 2nd and 11 now. Newton, middle of the field to the tight end Doyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, here's Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton got his man complete over the middle. That's Doyle. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
You ain't doing nothing today. Check 13.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On third down, Booker. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Set, ready. 60 out long. Check, 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 check.
On first and 10, it's Griffin. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Los Angeles.
Ready, ready. 15 on it, 15 on it, 15 on it. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
Now Griffin on first down. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Justin Houston able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Now it's Griffin. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Come on, QB, come on. 57's a Mike. 57's a Mike.
Third and long. It's Griffin. And he's able to find Diggs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down. On first down, Griffin. Dancing to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. He let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Here's second and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Griffin. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll throw on first down with Griffin. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Griffin. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now RG3. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Griffin. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, that's one part of the equation. Puts them back within 1 score, but I'd be surprised if we don't see an onside kick coming up.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, partner. They've still got the 2 timeouts. But without that 3rd one, they can bleed a lot more clock on you. So how confident are you that the defense can hold them deep? I think you're exactly right. I'd line up and play for the onside kick here.
And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Check 3. 8. Express. 8.
Newton to throw. Going deep here for Landry. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
McCaffrey following the penalty. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Nebraska's kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Griffin to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the toss right. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Carolina, that'll be a happy lock.